Welcome back to another episode of Behind the VR Headset. Today we have Stty, who is a Brazilian YouTuber and podcaster. How are you doing, Stty?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty great. Today's a great day.
Today is a great day. It's great to have you on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you for having me here.
My pleasure, my friend. I think we met. You came into. Was it you came into one of my streams? I think was it, or you saw something on my YouTube?
Yeah. I was searching for another YouTubers of about VR that were or starting or didn't have a channel with thousands and thousands of subscribers, you know.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I just got to your live stream playing Into the Radius and thought, okay, that's good. That guy's nice. Okay, and I just saw your live stream and get to talk with you in the chat, discuss some things. Okay.
Yeah, I remember. Yes, and you saw my trailer for FVR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
exactly.
I think you thought I was the developer, isn't it?
Yes, I thought you was the developer.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was nice to meet you. I mean, it's really random, just the interactions you have on the internet, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we got talking. Then I went onto your show as a guest last week, which is really fun. And you got a great studio. We'll talk about that in a bit. Your studio, yours is in VR chat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've only been in VR chat once before then, and that was it. So I had to go find some avatar, and then kind of you walked me through it all, and yeah, it was great fun. It's good to be a guest on a podcast instead of being, interviewing someone.
It is. I'm having this experience right now.
Well, you got to survive till the end first. Not everyone survives till the end.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, tell us about where you're from and your channel, things like that.
Okay, so I'm from Brazil, as you said, and I'm from Rio de Janeiro, or Rio de Janeiro, how that's how we talk, how we speak it.
Yep.
So I'm from Rio, and I'm a VR enthusiast. I love VR, I love virtual reality, and all of this. I love games, and so I thought about making a VR channel because I love VR, I love games, and I love content and producing content,
Okay.
consuming and producing content. I spent most of my time on YouTube, so I used to spend most of my time on YouTube. Now I spend most of my time developing content for YouTube.
Yes.
But it's pretty fun, and I love VR, and I really like where I live.
Yeah, I mean, with your podcast, it's slightly different to mine because you do it live. I'm looking into potentially doing it live with an audience. So that's
Yes.
So it's different. I know you had your cameraman. Was it Derek, the guy that's doing all
Derek,
the buttons
yes,
on
Derek.
the side? Yeah. So Derek was there, and he was doing all the.
Shout out to Derek.
Yes. Shout out to
Hey,
Derek.
I'm on TV.
Hi, Mum. I'm on TV. Does Derek have a YouTube channel or anything, or is he just helping you out?
No, he's my friend, and when I was about to start the podcast, I asked him, so Derek, can you help me with this? I really need someone who can manage the cameras and someone who can use a VR so that they can use a camera on VR chat, because on VR chat you need to have a VR headset and log in on VR so you can have the cameras, you know.
Right.
And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
And then I talked about him, and he said, okay, yes, no problem, because, yeah, he just accepted, and I'm really grateful for that.
That's really nice of him, man. So, with your podcast, he is basically the cameraman and just make sure he switches cameras and stuff, doesn't he? And make sure everything's running smoothly.
Yeah, he just takes care of the cameras, which camera is running at the stream. He looks if the screen is running alright, the audio is alright, nothing is just the audio isn't too high for one voice or for another. Some things like that. Sometimes he looks at the chat, but mainly I look at the chat. But he just makes sure everything is running smoothly so I can just talk with the guest, you know?
Nice. Yeah, it's good to have somebody to help out. I had a helper, but then they ran away. They disappeared. No, not really. I think with your studio it's like a house, right? So, and it's got sofas and like screens and things like that. How long did it take you to build that studio? How many hours do you think it took?
Yeah, so first I used a public studio for my podcast. I
Yep.
think you saw it. It was a studio in VR chat.
Yep.
A nice, beautiful studio. Okay. So I had one guest called like a company called XR, but the guest is called Leo.
Mhm.
So Leo works at getting companies into VR. He just speaks with companies like internet providers from Brazil or some other companies from Brazil or outside the world, and he puts them on VR. And he asked me, "Man, do you want me to make a studio for you?"
Oh, nice.
And I thought, oh, absolutely, I really want that. So he came with the first idea that was a mansion, and then we got to the mansion and get up. But the lighting in that one wasn't as good. It was the standard lighting of VR chat that is nothing compared to this. It's pretty bad lighting for VR chat, the standard one. And then some weeks later, he sent me a basement map
Mhm.
with baked lighting. That's in game development terms. Baked lighting is just you pre-calculate the lighting
Yep.
so that the textures are already with the different tones of color
Mhm.
because of the lighting when you boot up the map. So we just calculate the lightings in the Unity and then put the map there. And he sent me the map. It was a basement map. It wasn't a studio.
Mhm.
So I got to work on that. So I put the billiard table. We had that. Now we have the chess table, and then I get the sofa and another sofa, and then the table, the TV, the camera for the people who are watching on VR to watch the podcast live,
Mhm.
and then to work on the cameras. And I spent at least 2 weeks on this map, at least 2 weeks, just running through models on the internet, free models, because I'm learning modeling, but I can't
Oh,
do
nice.
it as well as the models in my map. So
Yep.
I spent searching for models, talking with Leo. He was helping me with the programming things. So I get to make the sofas alright, the camera angle, the lighting, the height of the seats, because you can change it in game. You can't. You
Mhm.
need to change it on Unity.
Yeah.
So it is perfect, but you can test it. You can't test it while you're changing it. So you need to change it, build it, and then test it. So it was a lot of building and testing the space, and I think I'm with a pretty good. I'm really satisfied with this result. I'm improving on it, trying to get better lighting, maybe another sofa, maybe change the textures of the place a bit,
Yeah.
change the posters. The posters is another thing that I've done, and things like that, to improve the scenario. But I'm pretty happy of how it is right now.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks really cool. It's nice to see other people's studios and what they do in VR and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's there's a few people now. There's more and more slowly people making studios in VR than there was before. So it's slowly getting more popular, like VR in general, right? So what was your first VR experience yourself?
So here in Brazil,
Mhm.
we go a lot to the mall for just hanging out, you know?
Mhm.
We go to the mall so we don't buy anything, we just walk through the mall because it is safer in Rio,
Mhm.
because it is a guarded place. So it is safer than the streets. It's better to hang out because of that. It is colder because Rio de Janeiro is a very hot place. So in summer we get like 45 degrees Celsius, things like that. So malls are a great place because they have a lot of aircons.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and for eating. So the eating place, I don't know how you call it on English, because
Restaurant, like a restaurant.
no. The place of the mall that has all the restaurants.
Okay.
So
Yep.
we just hang out there. And then in a mall one time, it we're having a great event, a big event
Hmm.
about video game. It was a video game museum. They displayed a lot of old games, a lot of like the first VR headset for Nintendo back there with Mario Tennis. It
Yes.
was
Yeah.
displaying there. You could play it, and there they have the PSVR. And then I got the opportunity to use it. I spent 2 hours on the line to get to it,
Yeah.
but I've played it. I was really happy to play it because I was a VR fan already, seeing VR content on YouTube,
Yeah.
from Oculus, the first headset, the CD1. That's how we call it. I don't remember.
Yep.
Uh,
CV1. Yep.
CV1, thank you. The CV1 and other VR headsets, and then I could play it. It was really full of sweat. It was unadjusted to my head. The IPD was wrong, but it was awesome. And then I got to my game dev course, and there they had the HTC Vive, and then I could play it every day, just playing Beat Saber, Super Hot, and things like that.
Yep.
No,
So the first game you played in VR, what game was it?
the Until Dawn experience,
Okay. Yeah.
the train one of
Yes.
the PSVR.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because my first one was the PSVR, but I'd never tried VR. I just bought the headset and then I bought
Okay,
everything with it, the gun, and then I just thought I'd buy it all.
got it.
Yeah, and I did the Shark Tank thing. It's really cool. And since then,
Oh, nice.
I'm on my fourth headset and don't really play. Sometimes I have bits where I'm like, okay, I'll play normal peak flat games, but not that often. Sometimes I feel like it, and then most of
Okay.
the time, I'm always in VR. There's always streaming and content
Yeah,
creation.
because
Yeah,
all of my friends, my close friends, play PC games, and
yeah,
they don't have VR. Just Derek has it. So I still play flat screen games, and there are some flat screen games single player that I want to play, like Spider-Man game that's just released on PC.
yeah.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so I wanted to play it. So yeah, I still play some PC games, but starting to move on to mainly VR games.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you don't have many friends with a headset, I mean, I didn't have any. I never used to play multiplayer games. Call of Duty Zombies with
Mm,
my cousin, 7 Days to Die with my
okay.
cousin. But when I got the Quest 2 and Population 1, then I started multiplayer, and that's where I made all the friends and built community and
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, man.
Nice.
So, what flat screen games are you playing at the moment? You said Spider Man. Anything else?
Yeah, I finishing Spider-Man. I finished the main story, but I want the platinum trophy. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to do everything in the game, 100% it. But another flat screen game. Usually I play one at a time. I always, I'm always going back to Rocket League and Warframe. That's the two games that I play the most
Yeah.
on flat screen. But not every time. I just played for 2 weeks and then spent 3 months without playing it, and just played for a month and things like that. But Rocket League and Warframe are the games I play the most, and Minecraft. I love
Yeah.
Minecraft.
So, it's just like when you're in the mood for it, you play. Like,
Yeah,
do you play Minecraft in VR?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I've played it,
Yeah.
and it is awesome. It
Yeah.
is awesome.
Because you can play in VR when everyone else is playing like on a normal kind of TV screen.
Yes,
Yeah,
but the first time I played it, I thought it was really exhausting. I was exhausted at the end because I wanted to mine everything by hitting it to cut the tree, the PvP, you can use the triggers, but I wanted to use the movement. And then 2 hours after, I was like, why? I can't do this anymore.
What's the most exhausting game you've played in VR then? Not the one that made you the most tired, like Beat Saber or something like that, or?
Not it wasn't Beat Saber. I think maybe how's it? Synth Riders.
Yeah.
Synth Riders.
Yeah.
Because Beat Saber, you mostly do this. You move your wrist and a little bit of your arms, but Synth Riders you need to do this and dance a little. So it is difficult. And probably Synth Riders. I can't remember it surely right now, but probably Synth Riders was the most exhausting game I've played in VR.
Have you played games like the boxing, Creed boxing, and like the fighting games and stuff like that? Have you given them a go?
Yeah. I've played Creed,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not a huge Creed fan. Neither am I a boxing fan. I
Okay.
like it, but I don't consume it. I don't do it. So I've played a little, but I have it downloaded on my headset mostly for friends to try it out when they got to use the Quest for the first time, you know?
Yeah, yeah. What about, you said you don't like boxing. UFC, MMA, and Jiu-Jitsu and all that stuff is big in your country, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is pretty big. I'm not a huge fan, but you get to watch it once in a while
Yeah.
because everyone's watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's after Anderson Silva got out and all the polemics and stuff. It's slowing. It's slowing out in Brazil. I'm hearing less and less of it, but it is still pretty huge because of jiu-jitsu and things like that.
Yeah.
You know. But at the Anderson Silva era, everywhere was talking about it.
Yeah.
Every match of Anderson Silva was passing on some TV, you know, on the streets, on the house of everyone.
Yeah.
But not seeing many of it. I know.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of relevant fighters in the UFC that are from Brazil.
Yes.
There's loads of them. So it's still,
absolutely.
yeah, it's still growing. It's still, I think UFC is one of the biggest sports in the world. I mean, yeah, it's got to be one of the biggest sports in the world.
I think it is.
Yeah, they do crazy events. Even through the pandemic, they're doing events and stuff. So that's good for Dana White, who runs the UFC. What about other kind of sports? What sports do you like then?
I don't like football.
Oh,
Soccer,
okay.
you know, I don't like it. And that's the main thing in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like in front of my house, I have a football. How do you call it? Like a
Stadium?
A place. No, not a stadium. A place where you play it.
Oh,
Where you play it
football.
casually.
Football field. Yeah.
Field,
Yeah.
football fields.
Yeah.
Like not the American football, the soccer. So for your American listeners, I'm not talking about your American football. I'm talking about soccer. But here we call soccer football.
Yep. As it should be. As it should be, right?
As
It's
it should
English.
be. But in front of my house, I have a football field. So people play it. If I walk 5 minutes to any direction, I get to a football field, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm not a football fan. I really love playing basketball. That's my favorite sport. And volleyball. Volleyball is pretty big in Brazil as well, and I love volleyball. But basketball is my favorite sport.
Basketball. So there's a few basketball games in VR, right? So you must have tried them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try them all.
What's your favourite one then?
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, the name is Pick Up Basketball, something like that on Steam. But nobody's playing it. We got the gym one. I don't remember the name for Oculus, but I think the physics on that it's really bad. The jumping physics, you know, because you jump and you just float in the air until you get to the I don't know how you call it.
To the hoop, the
The
basket.
ring?
The hoop. Yeah.
The basket.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So you just jump and float around. I really love the Ball Basket. I saw another basketball game inside Quest recently, but I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
But I think basketball is a pretty easy game for you to translate to VR.
Yeah.
But we don't got any famous game about basketball yet.
Not in VR, no. There's
Not
like
in
an
VR.
NBA experience. There's one called Hoops Madness. I think I've got on the Steam. Came out over a
Okay.
year ago. I don't remember. I played it for a bit and then I stopped playing it. I think because you need
Okay.
more players, right? So
Yeah. The problem is you need more players,
yeah, and
and people aren't playing it because I think because we don't have players.
yeah, that's the thing with VR. With certain niches and certain types of games, the player base isn't there. Where if you made any basketball on like a PC or any PlayStation, whatever, you'd have there's so much more opportunity to get players because there's so many. Because VR's like this, and then the rest of gaming is like massive, right?
Yes, because VR is like 4% of scene, and that's huge. But
Yeah.
like 4%.
Yeah. Slowly it is growing though. It is growing slowly. So yeah, I mean, you were telling me when I was on your podcast about VR in Brazil, and it's not there's not many people in VR at the moment in Brazil, are there?
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have many people because, like I think I should talk about it in
Mhm.
here. Technology in Brazil is expensive.
Yeah.
We got food. Food is something that's really cheap. If you want to buy a bread in our country, probably. Where do you live? Sorry, I forgot.
I live
You live
in
in
London.
London.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about the person from London, and she said that a bread is over an euro, right? Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That's about right.
So in Brazil, a bread is like 40 cents of real. That's our coin, 30 cents of real, and we eat loads and loads of bread.
Okay.
And fruits are cheaper as well, and vegetables. So it's easier to be healthy in Brazil. We eat rice and beans every single day together.
Mhm.
Just rice and beans and something else. Rice and beans and meat, rice and beans and eggs. That's our standard meal in every part of Brazil. I don't know of any part of Brazil that does not eat rice and beans. But
Yeah.
and that's Brazilian rice and Brazilian beans
Yeah.
specifically.
Mhm.
That's different from the Mexican beans and from the Japanese rice. It's Brazilian rice and Brazilian beans. For the food, it's cheaper, but technology, it's really expensive. Like you see the price in dollars.
Mhm.
Like the question was like a month ago, it was like $300, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Then yeah.
$300 translated to reais should be like 1,500 reais in the direct conversion. But we got taxes and we got lots of things, and then it just got to 3,000, 4,000 reais. And then, like, you got to PS5, $450. In Brazil,
Mhm.
it's 4,500 reais.
And what's the
4,500
4,500? And what's the average? What's like the minimum like wage?
Minimum
average?
wage.
Yeah.
The minimum wage is, we have minimum wage, and the minimum wage is like 1,200.
So okay, so you need like 4 months wages to get
4
a PS.
months.
Yeah.
And you don't eat, you don't pay your rent, you don't pay anything to get your PS5.
Sounds like a plan. It's a good plan.
So, and because of that,
Mm.
to convince someone, because it isn't like we can't buy VR, but
Yeah.
it's a big investment. So to convince someone to buy a VR headset, it is difficult because the people need to invest their money on it. You need to get the money for some months, so you pay it through the months. Then you do it a lot in Brazil. You just buy anything and just pay through the months, like 12 months for paying, like you do with houses and cars, we do with everything.
Yeah.
And then it is a big investment in Brazil. So it is hard to convince someone. The best way to convince someone to buy VR is to let them try it.
Yeah.
But you need to know someone that has a VR head so you can try it. So it's difficult.
Yes.
None of my friends in Rio have it. None of them. I don't know. So I've got to know people in Rio with the VR heads through the community, but
Yeah.
none of my friends. None of my friends.
Yeah, that's the thing with VR is that the only way to get people to actually want to buy it is to try the headset out, right? And seeing it on a screen it's just doesn't, you can't tell the difference between that and anything
Exactly.
else, right? So you must have shown it to some of your friends, I'm sure. Have you shown your friends? Yeah.
Yes, and all of them will, like Max said in the episode on the podcast, the first time people do is like, look at their hands.
Yeah.
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 And then you just start to think about it, and people, every single time people try a VR headset, it's like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I need one
yeah.
of those. And in Brazil, it's the same, but people don't. Mainly my friends, because I'm young, you know, I have 20 years, and my friends. All of them are around my age, 20, 19 years, 21, and they are starting to get money because in Brazil, you just get to work after you finish college. You stay at home until you're like 25, and then you go to work, making your life. You don't get off home. It isn't common to get off your house or your parents' house before like 25, 26, you know? It isn't a common thing in Brazil. So they don't have the money to buy it.
Yeah.
They need to work on it. And they have another priorities like a better computer for work or just for gaming and some console, and then they will think about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's difficult for people.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of. It's quite a lot of money. I mean, like even you said to me that you need to import the stuff as well, like the headset and
Yes.
PS5. You can get there where you are.
Yes, PS5 you can buy
But,
it on here.
Oculus, you need to import. Is that right? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
And the best place to import is from China, AliExpress. You know, that's the best because they do some, I should say, illegal things in there because I don't know if it's illegal, but they sell it as not as a company, they sell it as a person, so the taxes are different
Okay.
and are lower, and then you can buy it, and sometimes you don't even need to pay the taxes, the import taxes, because they just say that's a VR box, the ones that you put your phone on, and declare it as like $30, and to pay the taxes the product needs to be above $50, so they declare it as 30 and you get it without paying any taxes. So
that's
the best
nice.
place. That's a little illegal, I think, but that kind of thing is necessary in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, at least you got to get it from somewhere, right? So
Yeah, actually, I bought from Amazon because I wanted to get it in fast, and
yeah,
Oculus sell it officially through Amazon, but not as they don't support Brazil. I don't know how it works, but you can buy it from Oculus, but it is expensive. It's like 1,000 reais more than you play in an alley, you know. So it is better to play on AliExpress. But I was happy to get it, so I bought it, and the next week it came by my home.
So 1,000. Okay, so that's still quite a bit of money more because the headset's already, you know, a lot compared to what you're making in your country, right? So
Yes.
yeah, and you're telling me this. How about the store, like the Oculus store and like the PlayStation store? The price is adjusted, or is it the same as everybody else pays in dollars? Or
The price of the consoles are higher in Brazil because we have the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not adjusted, but the games are. If you buy a game on Steam,
Mm-hmm.
the price is adjusted. So on PlayStation Store, the price is adjusted. So on
Right. Okay.
a store in the street, in the mall. So yeah, playing for the games isn't so bad in Brazil, but playing for the console is difficult.
Right. Okay. So can you like go on Steam and then just say buy a game for a friend in another country as a gift? You can do that.
I don't know if Steam lets you do that.
Yeah.
Have you tried it? I've
No, I
never tried
haven't.
it.
I haven't. No, no. I was going to say next time I
But
buy a game on Steam, like a VR game, I'll get you to buy it and send you the money.
yeah, so people were creating Brazilian. I don't know if you heard about it.
Mm.
People were creating Brazilian accounts on Steam, so they could buy the games, and then
Mm.
they use that share thing that you share games with another account
Yep. Mm.
for the accounting in US or in Europe,
Yeah.
so they can pay less. And then Steam did something to banish these people. So I don't know how is it right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you use a VPN and buy games like from another country and they find out they shut your account, so they definitely do that.
Yes. Because I think you need to create an account using a VPN. I don't think you can use a VPN in a already created account. I think you need to create a new one with a
Right.
VPN.
Okay. Okay. So this podcast has turned into a class on international cyber fraud. There you go.
Yeah. Yes, Brazilian standards. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
The police, the avatar is going to come after us in a minute. You said to as well that you done some kind of like game development course or some IT stuff at college.
Yes. So in high school, I was doing I'm a, I don't know how do you call it, but a chemistry technician.
Yep.
I was doing high school,
Mm-hmm.
and with high school, I was studying chemistry, and I'm a chemistry technician or something like that. I don't know
Okay.
the word for it, but and I wasn't liking it. I was too young to make the decision, and I entered it, and I wasn't liking it,
Yeah.
so I wasn't enjoying it. I I I don't know. I just think I don't want to work with chemistry,
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I need to do something else, and I thought physics because I love physics, but physics is difficult in Brazil mainly because you have to do research, and research is not something that the Brazilian government uh, aids with a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it is difficult to work with research in Brazil. And then I went to that that event on the mall that I talked to you about.
Yeah.
And experienced VR. And in that event, people with flyers came to me like, "Do you want to participate on a what's the name of the thing?" And you randomly get something.
Okay.
I
Mystery
don't
box.
remember the no.
No.
You sign it to it,
Mhm.
and then they randomly get one people to get something. You know,
Okay.
like we call it sorteio. I don't remember the word in English. It blanked in my mind right now.
That's okay. No.
But I've won it. Not exactly. It was just a marketing thing, but they told me I have won it. uh, and then I got to the course, and it was a game dev course. We used Unreal, and I got to do it and play VR and learn how to make 3D games, and did a lot of games. And then and then here comes the pandemic, and in the pandemic I wasn't able to go to the course and didn't want to study it. They were doing Facebook classes, like live streams on Facebook. And I thought, okay, I don't like it. I want to do it in person. So I just wait for the end of the pandemic and then I waited. But I'm not doing the course right now. I should, and then, and then I've ended it, and then comes the pandemic, and in the pandemics, I get to learn about game development in Unity. And
Yep.
after a year or so, learning Java for Minecraft mods and Lua for blocks, games, and C Sharp for Unity and C++ for Unreal, I got my first job as a game developer, as a level designer,
Mm-hmm.
and worked on it for a year. And a few months ago, I just quitted it. I just quit
Mm-hmm.
and then started my channel.
Okay.
And I'm here now. And I'm also in game development college, but distance college on PC.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Because you were telling me, I was saying YouTube likes you to upload every week or whatever, and then you were telling me that in Brazil live streams are much bigger. It's like the other way around. It's like live streams
Mm.
are a lot bigger than uploading videos.
Mm,
Or
yeah,
just
I
yeah.
should say live streams have more space
Mhm.
because it is pretty common if you're doing a podcast in Brazil. Podcasts are like exactly like mine podcast, a podcast without topics and without a scenario like this with a table in the middle and guests every episode, you know.
Yeah.
And this is pretty common in Brazil, so it works really well. And in conjunction with your podcast, you have your highlight channel. That's another common thing, and you
Right.
just uploading both of them. So the highlight channel has like 3-4 uploads a day, and the live stream channel we do 3-4 live streams a week. You know, and
Yeah.
that works really well in Brazil.
Mhm.
The companies like to sponsor podcasts, so it is a good way to grow in Brazil.
Oh, cool. Do you have sponsors at the moment on your channel?
What? Sorry, what? I
Sorry.
don't understood.
Do you have sponsors on your channel? You had some. Yeah.
Yes. I like more partnerships than sponsors, but
Mhm.
they pay me for talking about them. But
Yeah.
so yeah, sponsor. I have a sponsor for KS Lens. That's like you have in English speaking countries like Europe, like the continent,
Yeah.
all the countries of Europe and US. You got the I don't remember the name of the company, but they do VR lenses.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's the Brazilian equivalent. They're the only company in Brazil that produces VR lenses. And the other sponsor is a English course that gives the students a space to learn English in VR.
Oh, okay. I think I saw the language one. What was it
Yes.
called? I've forgotten the name of it.
We
It's
learn.
weird. That's the one. Yeah. Okay. I saw that one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool, man. So, did you approach them, or in Brazil they just approach you? Like it just happens, or?
So specifically with
Mhm.
these two ones, they were guests in my podcast, and
Right.
then they liked me and wanted to sponsor me.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
yeah.
I've approached them to the podcast, and they approached me to the sponsor.
Oh, that's nice, mate. That's really good. I think that's a good thing with podcasting is you get to network with a lot of different people. So you came on,
Yeah.
I met you, then I came in yours, then Mac has just been on yours, and then now you're on mine, and then I think you're gonna go on to the other podcast. Everybody's like going on everyone's podcast.
Yeah. Like we had this people in Brazil that's just podcast tourists. Podcast tourists.
Yeah,
They go in every single one of the podcasts,
yeah,
and I want to be one of those people.
yeah. I think I've been a guest on maybe three or four podcasts, and it's
Okay.
all it's good to see how other people do it and things like that. So I've got some guests coming up that don't have PC, so they can't do Neos. So I'm gonna have to do it in VR chat. So currently I'm looking at places to do that in VR chat. I don't want to do anything. I just want to go there and it's already there, because I think there's some studios that you can use. Hopefully, that's what someone told me.
Yes. I can send you the one that I used before my.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can just give me the key to the door of your one. I can just use yours.
I think I can do it, but I need to talk with Leo.
No, it's fine, man. I was joking, man. It's with the time difference and like organising with, because I'm gonna have multiple people on at once. I don't know, 3 or 4. So it's just gonna be a headache to organise all of that. Then coordinate with you as well. But thank you for the offer, though. I really appreciate it, dude.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come back to you and be like, I need your help. I don't know.
I can help you.
Yeah.
I can definitely help you.
Oh, I appreciate that, dude. Today's your first time coming into Neos as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we set your avatar up, and then you played around with a couple of things, and that, like, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of stuff to explore, so it'd be great if we can get together and I can show you some of the cool stuff that I've found as well.
I would be really happy about it. Sure, we can do it.
I've been in VR chat a small fraction, but like I love Neos because of what you can do, like everything inside Neos. But it'd be good to see some of the stuff that you think's cool in VR chat, and then I can show you around here. You can show me some VR chat stuff because
so I have a few maps that I can show you in VR chat. That is nice, but some of them will need more people.
Okay, no, that's cool. It's good because it's like you're new to Neos and now I'm new to VR chat, so I can have a look at all the different things that
we
go on.
We can do this intercourse with each other.
Yeah, that means something else in English.
Oh.
Yeah, intercourse is.
Oh.
But it's okay.
We can do it as well.
Right, guys, we've got to go. I've got a new, what do you call it? I'm a sugar daddy. I've got a Brazilian boyfriend. I'm going to fly him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Your avatar is, did it take long to set up?
I just did another one equal to my own Ready Player Me. So,
yeah.
No, it wasn't long. It didn't take a long time.
Yeah, it's really good Ready Player Me because it's simple to use and you can get an avatar pretty quickly. And then just like, because I've got a friend who has an avatar and he spent hours and hours and hours fine tuning it, and it looks awesome. It looks really cool. But for me, it's just like, I mean, I need to change my shirt. I've been wearing the same shirt for about 4 months now. I need to change my outfit, and so that's something I need to do. And maybe add to the studio. Maybe just build a whole new studio. I don't know. I'll have to see what's around. But like you, I have to go onto the resource sites, and then you got to find it, and then you got to make sure it works, and you got to paint it and all that kind of stuff. What's your setup at the moment? What are you using? Headset-wise, PC, consoles, and all that kind of stuff?
So I'm using the Quest 2 for VR. So Quest 2 here, Quest 2 there, in the poster. Weird. So I'm using the Quest 2 for VR.
Yeah.
My computer, I have a 1060, GTX 1060 for the graphics card. Ryzen 5 to 2600 to 600, I think.
Yep.
And 16 gigs of RAM. I don't remember my motherboard, the name of it, but I think that doesn't matter. My microphone is from a company called Fifine, and my monitor is a AOC Hero of 144 hertz.
Okay. Cool. And do you have
my keyboard is a I don't think you would know it is from a Brazilian company. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What about consoles? Do you have like a PlayStation 5 or PS4 or Xbox?
No, I have three PS2s.
3. Okay.
I don't have any Xbox and any PlayStation.
Yeah.
and nothing like that.
Yeah.
Just my PC for playing games and the Quest 2.
Okay. I guess again, this technology is expensive, isn't it? That's what it boils down to. Have you ever tried any other headsets in Brazil? I mean, you said you've done the Rift CV1 and the Quest 2 and the PSVR.
And the HTC Vive on my game development course.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
So I think that's all
Mhm.
I tried out. I don't remember the HTC Vive, but the base station was set in a place where lots of people passed by, so the tracking wasn't good,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and I don't have many good memories of it.
Mm.
So my favorite one is the Quest 2.
Yeah. I mean, price-wise and what you get and what you can do, the Quest 2 is like obviously it's the most popular headset as well at the moment
Yes.
in the world. So, and sorry, that's just a shit later. Don't worry about that. What what VR games are you playing at the moment? Like VR games?
I was playing Resident Evil 4
Okay,
for
yeah, yeah.
the Quest 2, and for PC, I'm in a lot of WhatsApp groups of VR, Brazilian WhatsApp groups.
Mm.
So sometimes I play Gorilla Tag online, sometimes I play Echo VR
Yeah.
online, and VR chat as well. I want to play Red Matter 2, mainly because of the graphics, but it seems to be a nice game. I've seen Max review on it, and I really liked it. I like slow-paced puzzle games, so I'm looking forward to play it. And I think that's it for VR. I think that's it. In Beat Saber, I'm training because if you guys want to see, in the 27th and 28th of August, we got the Brazilian Beat Saber tournament.
Okay, and you
Brazilian
streaming?
Beat Saber championship. And I would not be streaming. I would
Okay.
be participating.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So is that all of
And
you
I'm
get
training Beat Saber.
together in the same room, or do you go like? Is it just the internet or?
Internet on
Okay,
internet.
yeah.
We can't go offline as of right now, as I know about it. I'm not on the project. I'm just a contestant. So, but I know the people there are making it. So if anyone wants to see a Brazilian tournament of Beat Saber in the 27th and 28th of August, and then I think the next weekend we got the tournament in the Brazil VR esports channel.
Oh, okay. Have you done much competitions before in VR? Or was it your
Not
first
in
time?
VR.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fighting game enthusiast, so I've played some fighting game tournaments, but not in VR.
Okay. Oh, cool. I didn't know that you did tournaments for gaming and things, gaming stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but not huge tournaments. Some tournaments on the internet, you know. No, nothing huge. I just played it, and I like to get better at the game, so I play tournaments.
Yeah. So more kind of just in Brazil, right? So Brazilian stuff. Yeah. Okay. You said you like puzzle games. What other kind of games do you like? Like, what are your favorite VR games that you've played apart from Beat Saber, obviously?
Yeah, my favorite VR games are rhythm games as of right now, but I like the single player ones, exploration, action, Resident Evil 4. I need to play Half-Life Alyx when I get the time. For VR, I would really love a competitive game, but I'm not into shooting games, so Pavlov Contractors Onward, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe Larson Outs if the if the launching day wasn't so bad. Have you seen Larson Outs? It was like Overwatch in VR, and the launching day, the game launched really buggy, and everything was so wrong. It had potential. It isn't a bad game. I would love to play it, but nothing right now. Echo VR is one game that I really love playing, but I have to get the time because I love Rocket League. I
Yeah, you
love
said
Rocket League.
yeah.
I love the depth of the gameplay.
Mhm.
I don't think if you ever saw any high-level Rocket League
No.
gameplay, but it is pretty different from what you would expect
Yeah.
because they got to control the car with such a expertise that is beautiful to see and is just great. And I think Echo VR and Knock, the other one, is the two that we got closest to my type of competitive game. Like
Yeah.
sports, but VR sports,
Yeah.
you know?
With Larsenauts, I bought it on release day on Steam, and then it didn't work. And then I bought it on Oculus Store, and there was something wrong with it or something. I can't remember what happened. And then Mac wanted to stream it a bit later, so he just said, "I said, look, man, I don't want to buy the game." I think he got it for me, and then we did some
Okay.
streams. It's actually a fun game, but the problem is, which is the problem with a lot of games in VR, like competitive ones, is that when you go on, most of the players have been on there since day one, and you just get absolutely destroyed. It's the same with
we need to increase the casual player base of your games.
yeah. It's like I think Mac was streaming Veil, and there's players that have been on there for 2 years, and they're in the lobbies with everybody else testing it out, and you just get destroyed. And he did a stream where it was private lobby, and it's obviously a lot better. So
Yes.
yeah, we need to have enough players in VR where you can divide people up into skill levels. That's what we need in VR.
Yes, and it's going to take a little while for we to get enough
Yeah.
people to do this in good number of games because we can do it one game. But if we need 2 games to have a good player base, then there isn't a lot of people for it. And here in Brazil, we got the internet problem because all the servers are located in Europe or US, and
Right.
we got high ping, and we
Yeah.
can't play if the latency is so high.
Right,
People are getting just they are getting the way of playing with this high ping, high latency, but I don't like it. People in Brazil really like shooting games, so they would go through anything to play VR shooting games, but I'm not your usual Brazilian guy.
I can tell.
I'm not saying it to appear different, but
Yeah,
mainly
yeah.
things that Brazilian people love, I don't love so much, but like I could give you examples of that, like football, shooting
Jiu-jitsu.
games, the jiu-jitsu,
Yeah, fighting.
carnival.
Yeah.
Carnival, I don't like it. I don't like loud places with much people. I like closed spaces with few people, you know,
Yeah.
with low music and good music. That's what I like. I don't like going outside with 40 people kissing everyone, hugging everyone, getting 35 different diseases and things like that.
Only 35?
That's not my thing.
Yeah, no.
That's not my thing.
Yeah, I'm the same with you with that regards. Like, I've been to Notting Hill Carnival. People are going to think what an idiot, but it was all right. And then, like, if you go out, I don't like a loud club. I like a good bar of good music and conversation. You know.
Yes,
That's what I
because
prefer.
when the music is loud, you can't talk it with anyone.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, yeah. I mean, at least we've got some things in common because I remember Kevin, your podcast. You're like, because you're mad about comics and Spider-Man. You had all these pictures of all this stuff.
Yes.
And I didn't know what most of it was. And he's like, "Do you like
Yes.
this?" I was like, "No." "Do you like this film?" "No." "Do you like this TV show?" "No." We're like complete opposites. And I was saying to Mac yesterday that his podcast with you is better than mine because you actually spoke about stuff in common.
Yeah.
And for me,
and
you-
I need to improve that because I need to get in the frequency of the guest so the podcast can be better. So it isn't your fault. It's totally my fault that I
That's not your fault.
carry.
Listen, no. That's you're just you. Everyone's different, mate. Everyone's totally different.
Okay.
I mean, the main thing we've got in common is VR, right? And
Yes.
we don't like the same sports. We don't like the same films and all that kind of stuff. But we get on. You know, we've been chatting and we spent some time talking to each other in VR, though, obviously, because we're on the other side of the world. And yeah, I enjoy your company, mate. It's great. It's good fun. We have a laugh, and with the language difference. Your English is really good.
Thank you. I'm really studying it since I've started the podcast, so
Yeah.
I do less and less this,
Yeah, yeah.
not knowing what to speak.
I think your English is great, mate. I mean, for me, like my Portuguese is, I don't know anything.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we need to learn English because English is the in quotes not exactly this, but it's the language of the world.
yeah.
If you speak English, you can go anywhere. I'm learning other languages. I'm learning Japanese because I love Japanese things.
Konnichiwa.
I love
There you go.
Japanese culture. Konnichiwa. I'm learning the alphabets and the basic phrases,
Yeah,
but uh, you don't need to learn Portuguese as there's like 5 countries that speak Portuguese.
yeah. You were saying, yeah. Have you
So
have you?
yeah, it makes more sense for me to learn about English than you to learn about Portuguese.
But in school in your country, they teach English as a language. Is it like compulsory, or is it something you opt into, or?
Like it's obligatory, but it's basic levels of English. Like
Okay.
if you pay attention, you can get to a English speaking country and not die,
Yeah, okay.
but nothing to make up a conversation. The usual way to learn English in Brazil, there's 2 ways. The English courses, there's loads and loads of them in every neighborhood. So you can make an English course and learn about English, and then you got 6 years, of course, to learn it. But the way I've learned it, and some of my friends, it's just consuming English content. So since I was little, I was playing video games, and we didn't get any voice acting in Portuguese. We didn't get any subs, and
Yeah.
so we need to understand. Sorry.
Sorry.
We need to understand what was saying in what the gamer was saying to us. So we need to study and get the hang of it, get to understand some words, seeing some subbed movies. We don't. So voice acting is a big thing in Brazil. Dub, right? Dubbed things.
Yeah.
We call it dub.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing in Brazil, and many people watch things dubbed. But when you go to the movie theater, you got the 2 options. You got to watch it subbed or dubbed for every movie, and I always watch it subbed, and then I watch without looking at the subtitles. Learning English like that, and that's the way that I've learned. And then speaking with you guys in the podcast, I'm improving it. I'm getting less and less moments where I don't know what to speak, and I'm I'm using less and less like
Like now, like yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. No, it's like your English is it's really good, man. Don't worry about it. You'll pick it up. I watch foreign TV shows and some films and stuff like that. I just watch, read, and I don't pick up any words. Like really, I don't learn. So it's good that you go out of your way, because that is a really good
Yes.
way to learn. Is like Hollywood movies, basically. That's where a lot of the world learns English, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about
Definitely.
your channel, like how often you upload or when you're going to be streaming? And I know you have different podcasts, like certain ones are in English. Do you want to let everyone know about where?
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to get at least one English speaker guest every week.
Sure.
So I do 3 episodes a week.
Right.
2 normally in Portuguese, 1 normally in English when I can get the guests. But I think some weeks I won't be able to get the English guests. Some weeks I will be able to get 2 or 3 English guests. So yeah, if you wanna get in there, that's IndieVR, STTYVR on YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm going to link all of your everything down below. All of your, just everywhere they can find you. So you said Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, yeah?
Yes.
Excellent. It's been really good having you on, mate. Is there anything else you wanna talk about in general?
It was, but I forgot. Okay. One thing. Have you saw City of God,
Yes.
the movie?
Yep.
Brazil's not like that.
I like that film, man.
We don't have monkeys in our houses.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I was going to go to
We
Brazil. I was going to come to your house to see your monkeys. Oh, man. Holiday's ruined.
So I needed to talk about it because people really think the City of God is talking
Real.
about Rio Brazil or
Yeah.
Rio. Some things in the movie are right,
Yeah.
you know, because they are talking about the favelas and how the life is difficult there
Yeah.
and things like that. But we don't got only the favelas in Brazil.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But and even in the favelas, people don't have monkeys usually.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's...
Sometimes you gotta see someone with a monkey. A friend of mine talked about a neighbor of him that had a tiger, and I was like, "What, a tiger? What? I never seen one. How does he get?" Okay, but things like that, weird things happen here, mainly on Rio. But
Yeah.
if you go to another states and another city, even Brazil is very, very different from this movie. It's like City of God. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to talk about in here.
Was that not... They say it's based on a true story. Is that right?
I don't know, maybe,
Okay.
but not exactly like that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So, yeah, obviously they changed stuff around. Yeah. I
Yes.
think there's another Brazilian film I've seen, but I've forgotten what it is. There's a couple. Because my brother's been to Brazil 3 times, I think.
Nice.
And
nice.
he always comes back and he goes, "Oh, watch this film, watch that film." And yeah,
Okay.
This-
Do you know what's the plot of the film?
the plot of the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
So-
but what is it?
Oh, God. I can't remember, man. It's always a gangster film. It's going to be a gangster film. Probably
Okay,
got
gangster
guns
film.
and monkeys
Like,
and the favelas and
with the Bob. They got the Bob, the police in the film.
yeah, that's
in the movie.
yeah.
Yeah, we call it Tropa de Elite.
Okay,
I don't know the English name.
Yeah.
It's like an elite patrol.
that's
you
it.
know?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. That's exactly the one. Yeah,
That's the name, elite patrol.
yeah. You're good,
That's
man. Yeah.
Okay, so elite patrol. We got the first one, the second one, and I think the third one.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
They are also pretty famous, and they are better than City of God. To talk about
Okay.
Brazil, they are more realistic, but
Yeah.
not exactly. And it is a movie about the Bob that is our SWAT.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is. Some things are really like you see a SWAT movie in Hollywood. It won't be realistic. Like
Yeah.
that's the way it is with the Elite Patrol. But it's a great movie. We have loads and loads of memes. Of
Okay.
this movie.
Yeah.
Memes are like Brazilian memes. You need to see some. Brazilian memes are really funny. We like to make jokes about how bad our life is all the time.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not stretch this any longer, so you can.
No, that's fine. No, that's cool. I think it's Elite Patrol but I know the exact. That is the film you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's a name similar to that. Oh, cool, man. I need to watch them all.
Elite Troop. I don't know.
Elite Squad. I don't know. I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna watch them all again.
Okay.
And yeah, man. Listen, it's been great having you on. Thanks for having me on your podcast as well. You can check that out
Okay.
on his channel. I'll link it down below so you can see our podcast. He interviewed Mac recently as well. Mac and went on this podcast. So we're all kind of just going into each other's podcasts and just kind of having a chat, and it's been really good fun, mate. If you've enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. I will have every week on a Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll be releasing a new podcast. I live stream in the week. I'm planning on making new content and uploading new content, so like gaming videos as well, which I was doing before, and then I've started doing other stuff. But yeah, I'm going to mix up my content as well. So yeah, if you did like it, consider subscribing. And thank you very much, Stty, for coming on.
Thank you. I'm really grateful for being here. I'm really happy. So thank you for inviting me, for giving this space.
Yeah,
Okay. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure. I don't know how you say that. How do you say that in Portuguese? My pleasure or thank you or
Obrigado.
obrigado?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And my pleasure is like o prazer foi meu. It's like
yeah.
the pleasure is mine. That's the way you talk about it. O prazer foi meu.
Okay.
O prazer foi meu.
Obrigado.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.